DOJ for prosecution over multiple other instances of alleged lying to Congress. Cohen has also been live streaming about Trump and the trial as it's taken place on TikTok, while soliciting financial, gifts from his viewers with videos like this pathetic one. Take a look.
Smash those hearts, smash the blue hearts, and so on, the like button, all that crap. Do that just so that we can show MAGA. I say this every single night. It's funny because it's generally the same trolls. They decide that they're going to every night come on out, see if they could piss us off, but truth be told, do any of us really care what they have to say? The answer is no.
Recently, Cohen was seen wearing a shirt depicting Donald Trump in jail, and we're supposed to take his expected testimony next week. But seriously? Things have gotten so out of control that today, Judge Merchant in this case actually rebuked Cohen in court, saying, quote, "I would direct the people to communicate to Mr. Cohen that the judge is asking him to refrain from making any more statements about this case." Why not a gag order? He stopped short of a full gag order like he put on Donald Trump, just like Stormy's tweeting out after a testimony yesterday, of course, attacking Donald Trump. Here with reaction, she is the co-host of the hit show The Five and a friend of this program, Judge Jeanine Pirro. Judge, Alan Dershowitz says something. Trump's trial will go down in the history books as a stupendous legal catastrophe. I want to ask you about that, and I want to ask you this question. Is it normal for the prosecution to have mock trials or mock testimony with their witnesses in a case?
What do you mean mock trials? Does the prosecution prep their witness? Absolutely. And that's what happened with Stormy Daniels. And I'll tell you how I know. She was excellent on direct examination.
Please subscribe.
She couldn't stop talking. Cross-examination, she was a totally different person, totally different witness. So she was prepped for the prosecution, not for the defense. And I got to tell you, I was in there in the overflow room when she testified. This woman talks to dead people. She thinks she's, in some kind of seance and tarot cards, and she thinks she lived in a haunted house. I mean, there's a screw loose in there somewhere. But more than that, you had a woman who, at the end of days of testimony, could not put a finger on Donald Trump because they said, did you have any communication with Donald Trump about this NDA? Did you have any communication about Donald Trump with respect to how much money was going to be paid? No.
I think she's a pig.
This is all smoke and mirrors. The fact that she alleges she had some kind of encounter with him in 2006, and a decade later, 2017, he's paying for her to stay silent is absurd. And the whole idea that this woman, who is capable of even telling the truth, is stunning given who she is and what she does for a living. She hates Donald Trump. She makes fun of him. She's sold merchandise. She's made $1 million, well over $1 million since her alleged encounter with Donald Trump. And so you have to say to yourself, what did she do? $800,000 for the book, $130 for the non-disclosure, another $120 for some other tour. Then there's a Make America Horny tour. Then there's Saint, whatever her name is.
She ain't gonna make me horny.
In like some religious robe. This
She's a
woman
pig.
is exactly what you know she is. But I want to comment about one more thing. I want to comment about the fact that I was a county judge, just like this guy Mershon is. And this guy Mershon didn't have the chutzpah to tell that Michael Cohen, you keep your mouth shut. I've gagged Donald Trump. I'm going to gag you. But this wuss tells the prosecution, can you please tell your witness that the court is telling him that he shouldn't be talking? And the prosecution comes in and they said, well, you know what, Judge? We've been telling him that. We tell all our witnesses to refrain from talking about the case. This is nonsense. This is the sickest thing I've ever heard.
You tell him, Jeanine.
For that man to gag Donald Trump, a former president, and someone running for president, and not gag Michael Cohen, who a federal judge called a serial liar, is so indicative of where this judge is coming from. Why would he do that? Because he wants to get a conviction, because he doesn't want Michael Cohen gagged, because he believes in destroying Donald Trump. And I was in that courtroom today, and another one of the players came in, Alvin Bragg, and he was sitting there stuck next to his bodyguard. And I'm saying to myself, you know what? This DA has the brass to come into the courtroom.
Please subscribe, support the channel. Thanks for watching.
Misdemeanor for which there's no truth to begin with, And do you know how many hundreds of defendants are in jail because they can't make bail when their cases, violent cases, murders, rapes, violent felonies, are still pending because of the
God bless. I'll bring you to trial on Monday with
coming in to make
Cohen.
sure he convicts Donald Trump. He's going to make sure that Merchan is the judge that he wants, that he shuts Trump up and he doesn't shut up Michael Cohen. I mean, this is bizarre. And I was a DA just like Bragg. I mean, I've done this for 32 years. This is a charade. And the idea that you have a courtroom, Sean, where I sat on that bench with a flag of the United States and a flag of New York State and the seal of New York, and above that, In God We Trust, with a bunch of players in a theater of the absurd, is just stunning.
You know, you sat in the
God
courtroom,
bless.
Judge, and you've been on both sides of this here. All this salacious testimony, is it not all irrelevant? Is it all not immaterial? Was she not caught in was she not caught in a lie when she said my main motivation was my safety, but then the tape was played in the courtroom? And here's what I like to understand. Last important question. Analyze this as best you can. What is the other charge? If we have a bookkeeping error, which is a misdemeanor under New York law, the statute of limitations have run out. Okay, what is the other charge? Because not one lawyer I've interviewed can tell me.
I don't know either. That's why I'm telling you this is a theater of the absurd. And let's assume they took a federal charge to bootstrap it into a felony. He doesn't have jurisdiction as a federal prosecutor. The judge doesn't have jurisdiction.
Sorry for moving it around. I can't hold it all that time.
This is so political.
God bless. Please subscribe.
I just can't believe it. I kept saying they
See you
have to
Monday.
believe in something.
Thanks
There
for
is
watching.
Nothing. There is nothing here, and that jury is sitting there, and all they did was listen to testimony. None of it put a finger on Donald Trump, but they got enough hate and dirt and some woman who lies down for a living to try to convince them that Donald Trump is a bad man. Shame on all of them.
All right, Judge. Great announcement.